Yes, morning all. This is Bossman 1000. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And I want to say this specifically because it's actually making so many people get sick and tired of what's going on in the country. This is a country that is endowed with abundant resources, a country that is endowed with so many human resources, material resources, solid minerals, and what have you. So endowed with anything you can name of. But where are we? We are called the third world. The third world, why should we be a third world if I should ask? Ask our leaders. Then why are we every blessed time suffering? We live in a country where we don't have social amenities. We pay heavily on electricity bill. They give us estimated bills, and yet we are seeing nothing, no light. In a month, you just come across, maybe they manage to give you about 5 hours or 10 hours, and then they clap hand and say they have actually improved, and yet they keep exploiting people. I want to ask, are you telling me that they don't know about this? The leaders, let me ask, are you telling me that you don't know what is going on in this country? If you say you don't, then you are lying to yourself and you are lying to God that created you. And then that is damnation, and you are going to go to hell. Yes, for saying you don't know this. You make a whole lot of money. Let me just ask you, the money you're making, are you going to go to hell with it? Will you die with it? Will they bury you with that money? No. When you are to be buried, you go with just yourself, naked, and be eaten by termites. You go back to where you come from, wherever you are. But I want to ask, why are we allowed to go through pains when we have billions of dollars and billions of naira floating on the air? Why are why is our leaders, why is our leaders trying to make things very difficult for us that we cannot benefit the poor masses? We don't have, apart from light, what about the pipe-borne water? There's no water. If you build a house, you need to make sure that you provide a water for yourself. Virtually everything you do in this country, you pay for it for yourself, and you do it yourself. And yet, our leaders will come back and be collecting revenues on all this. And when they come to collect monies and revenue on all these things, they still tell you that they provided those things for you. Is that true? How can you tell me that you provided water for me? How can you tell me that you are giving me light? Yeah, this is my house. And since this is my house, I pay for virtually everything here. I pay for the light, and I don't see the light. I use my generator consistently every blessed day. I burn how much fuel every day? 1,000 every blessed day. And I pay my NEPA bills. But what is actually making me angry is that our leaders are not honest to themselves. They go outside the country and they lie a lot. They acquire so much money that we don't get to them. They make the people miserable. They make us to remain poor. And I want to ask, is it not about time we begin to ask ourselves what is really going on? Is it not true that we need to ask ourselves whether there's a need for us to continue with this existence or we should split? Why is it that the people are suffering? Why the elites are amassing so much wealth and then enjoying this alone with their families? Why we, that the electorate, we keep doing what? We keep dying. We keep killing ourselves by ourselves just to make sure that they are there. And after that, we are not remembered again. Our so-called leaders are there killing us with so many promises, with so many unfulfilled, foolish ideas, chunking out laws. Imagine hate speech. Why creating hate speech, if I should ask? Why is the hate speech on now? Why should we talk about hate speech when you created the hate speech? During the time of PDP, were you not the one? Lai Mohammed, let me just ask this. Were you not the one that instigated so many things? Buhari and all the rest, what happened? Did you people not talk about so many things? And after talking about so many things, what happened? Were you killed? Did they imprison you? Or did they hang you? They did not do all these things to you. Now you are at the helm of affair. What you are promoting now is to pass a bill that will kill anybody that say anything he sees. Anybody that wants to say anything that is not making sense. You people are doing. You now term it as hate speech. What is hate speech? Where did it even start from? For crying out loud, if you are talking about hate speech, if I should call you a mad, that means it's a hate speech. If you tell me you are crazy, then we've got to start killing ourselves now. And so let us hang ourselves by ourselves. And it makes a whole lot of sense than telling us that you want to constitutionally enshrine a law that will work on that behalf. We don't need it. And I say we don't need it. You see, this country is just messing the whole thing up. And when we begin to ask ourselves questions, we now realize that we are the cause. Because who promoted them to the height they are now? Why should we, for crying out loud, suffer when we have so many things? The abundant resources, they are there. Okay? The mineral resources are there. The solid minerals are there. Is it farm? We will talk about the fertility of the soil. It's just there. Are we supposed to suffer? Are we not supposed to benefit from this government? Right from the inception, there's nobody you ask in this country whether he or she has benefited from this nation called Nigeria. They will tell you yes. Why? Because our leaders are wicked. They are demonic. They are evil. Why should Nigeria be a third world country? Why should Nigerians suffer? When you go outside and see where things are working and you come back here, what you are saying is just a different thing. Okay? You don't have light. You keep sweating. You buy 5,000 naira fuel within 4 days and you get crazy bills, estimated bills from NEPA, and they give you 25,000, 5,000, 100,000 just for a month. For crying out loud, do we have factory? Which factory are we operating? Okay? And then you travel outside the country. You make so much money from the union over there. And you come back here. You tell the country that you have gone there to campaign for us. And they are going to come in here to establish factories. And when the money comes, you finish everything. The roads are not passable. Look at just dual roads you are just managing to do about two lane you people are managing to do in the country. There's no single sound road in this country from here to the east. What about from here to the east? Let me ask. Okay, you've made so much money that you don't care again to move on the way. You don't use our road again. All you people care about is use the private jet. Go to hell if you care. And the people are there dying. For crying out loud, is that the best way to live in this country? And you want the people to be happy and call themselves citizens of this country? You better think twice.